Football Live. Premier League returns with weekend action, January 3rd, 2026. Saturday, January 3rd, 2026 saw a full program of high-stakes football across England and beyond. With the Premier League back in action after the winter break, key fixtures unfolding in Scotland and continental competitions, and the Africa Cup of Nations reaching the knockout stages. Premier League highlights. Aston Villa 3-1 Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa made a perfect start to their weekend fixtures at Villa Park, beating Nottingham Forest 3-1 in front of their home fans. Ollie Watkins opened the scoring just before halftime, and Captain John McGinn stole the show with second-half brace, including a fine finish following a goalkeeping error by Forest Victor. Forest did pull one back through Morgan Gibbs-White, but Villa's control was never really under threat. The Guardian. Wolves 3-0 West Ham at halftime. At Molineux, Wolves stunned West Ham with a commanding first-half display. Jan Arias headed in early for the hosts. Hwang Hee-chan converted from the penalty spot, and youthful talent Mateus Main struck his first senior goal with a brilliant finish. At the break, Wolves looked set for their first Premier League win of the season. The Guardian. Brighton 2-0 Burnley, early second half. Brighton moved into a strong position against Burnley at the Amex Stadium. Jorginho Rudder put the Seagulls ahead before halftime, and Yassine Ayari doubled the lead early in the second half as Brighton sought to climb up the table. The Guardian. Bournemouth v Arsenal, underway. Later in the afternoon, Bournemouth hosted league leaders Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's side made several changes from their midweek win, including the return of Declan Rice to the starting 11, while Bukayo Saka began on the bench. Bournemouth, struggling for form and without a win in 10 league games, looked to upset the Gunners. The Guardian. Scottish Premiership and European results. Across the border, Hearts led Livingston in the Scottish Premiership, while High Hernan and Motherwell took early advantages in their respective matches. The Old Firm clash between Celtic and Rangers also drew attention in a key title race tie. The Guardian. In Europe, La Liga action saw Osasuna take the lead against Athletic Club with a spectacular long-range free kick, while midweek Serie A fixtures produced draws for Genoa versus Pisa and Sassuolo versus Parma. The Guardian. Africa Cup of Nations. Senegal v Sudan. The Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, last 16 clash between Senegal and Sudan provided drama, as Sudan stunned the 2022 champions with an early goal. Senegal responded when Pape Gueye equalized after a driving run by Sadio Mane, setting up a tense knockout battle in the tournament. The Guardian. Context and broader landscape. This weekend's action marks a pivotal restart for domestic football in England after the festive period. The Premier League's traditional January fixtures not only influence relegation battles, with teams like West Ham and Burnley fighting for survival, but also shape the title race as Arsenal and Aston Villa look to maintain momentum into 2026. Meanwhile, AFCON's knockout stages add an international dimension, with African teams pushing for a continental glory. With varied action across leagues and competitions, Saturday's fixtures provided a compelling snapshot of early 2026 football.